2025 is shaping up to be a big year for crypto, with nations finally getting on board in a big way. The US is leading the charge, driving a lot of exciting changes. We're seeing growing acceptance and demand for stablecoins, along with discussions about legislation to regulate them. In fact, by the end of this summer, we could see laws not just for stablecoins, but for crypto as a whole. If that happens, keep an eye on what other countries do next. For example, on May 28th, the UK's Financial Conduct Authority opened a public consultation on stablecoin and crypto custody rules. The UK has been paying attention to crypto for a while, but has been pretty cautious until now. Back in 2022, or maybe it's 2023, the UK announced its goal to become a crypto hub. And honestly, they're not alone. Plenty of countries have talked about wanting to be the next big thing in crypto, but most haven't really done much to back it up. The UK, though, is finally starting to take action. It seems like they're trying to align with what the US has been doing, as well as catch up with the EU's progress, especially with MECA. MECA is a big deal. It sets a clear standard for crypto across Europe, which is a huge step forward. Other nations are starting to pick up the pace when it comes to crypto innovation. And here's some exciting news. FCA-registered BCB Technologies just launched TGB, a British pound-backed stablecoin on Ethereum. They're calling it a live proof of concept for future UK stablecoin regulation. Pretty cool, right? This launch happened on June 3rd. And just think about how quickly things are moving. Today's only May 28th. It's amazing how fast progress happens once nations start throwing their support behind things like stablecoins. Ripple recently shared some exciting updates from their UK policy summit earlier this year, and the one message stood out loud and clear. The time to act is now. At the summit, Ripple outlined key recommendations for UK policymakers, including building a growth-driven framework, leading the way on global standards, advancing stablecoin adoption, and addressing barriers to tokenization. The summit, which took place back in April, sparked some significant movement. Shortly after, the UK's Financial Conduct Authority launched a public consultation on stablecoin and crypto custody rules, paving the way for progress in this space. Ripple is clearly focused on helping countries gear up for the future of digital finance, and it's great to see these steps being taken. All right, so here's the deal. H of the UK are really at a turning point right now. When you take a step back, it's clear this isn't just a local thing, it's part of a global shift. The reality is, while some countries are moving forward, others are still playing catch up. On the bright side, the UK is making progress. HM Treasury has even published draft legislation to lay the groundwork for a new regulatory framework for crypto assets. Since April, there's been a lot of buzz around crypto in the UK. The FCA has launched consultations on crypto asset activities, stablecoin issuance, custody, and how crypto firms are treated financially. We've also seen the announcement of new participants for the FCA and Bank of England's digital security sandbox, plus an exciting pilot to issue a digital UK government bond called Digit. The potential for the UK in this space is massive. A well-designed regulatory framework can do so much more than just set rules. It can spark innovation, boost financial inclusion, and keep the UK at the forefront as a global financial powerhouse. This ties directly into the government's top priority, driving economic growth. By backing the UK's development as a leading hub for digital assets, there's huge potential to unlock new opportunities. But to make this work, we need regulations that give financial institutions the confidence to embrace and invest in digital assets and blockchain technology. Ripple recently hosted a London policy summit in collaboration with the UK's Centre for Blockchain Technology and Innovate Finance, and it was packed with fascinating discussions. The goal to explore how UK regulators can fully embrace the opportunities in the crypto space. The summit brought together experts from academia and industry to dive into the UK's new regulatory framework for crypto assets. The conversation centered around three big topics: what the UK can learn from other countries' regulatory approaches, the role of stablecoins as an emerging form of money, how the UK can position itself as a global leader in tokenization. Let's break it down. First up, stablecoins. They're absolutely critical to the future of the digital economy. The UK needs to act fast on stablecoin regulation to stay ahead. We're excited to see the UK's proposed approach to allow overseas issued stablecoins, like USD-backed ones, to circulate without local issuance requirements. This move could really solidify the UK's position as a global financial hub. In short, let's welcome USD-backed stablecoins like RLUSD to the UK. This could be a game changer. Now, on to tokenization. This could be the next big leap forward. Tokenization has the potential to transform industries, and stablecoins are the foundation to make it happen at scale. Once stablecoins are in place, tokenization will quickly follow, unlocking even bigger opportunities. Blockchain technology is driving this wave of financial innovation, and the UK is in a great position to lead. But to stay ahead, it's time to move and move fast. Blockchain is changing the game when it comes to how we handle money. It allows for direct transactions between people, making cross-border payments faster and cheaper by cutting down on fees and processing times. Plus, it's opening up financial services to more people than ever, offering secure platforms for lending, borrowing, and investing. Exciting stuff, right? Especially now that the XRP ledger is jumping into lending and borrowing too. Its decentralized and unchangeable ledger system also simplifies record keeping, reducing errors and fraud while boosting transparency. And here's the kicker: by 2024, over 90% of major finance firms across the US, Asia, Europe, the UK, and the Middle East were already dipping their toes into cryptocurrency, whether for real use cases or testing the waters in the digital asset space. Adopting blockchain technology could be a game changer for the UK, giving it a chance to lead the way in financial innovation. It's a move that wouldn't just attract investment, but also help build a thriving fintech scene and create high-skilled jobs. Plus, better access to finance means more support for entrepreneurs and wider economic participation. And let's not forget the cost savings that come from boosting operational efficiency. With stablecoins proving their worth and tokenized financial assets picking up momentum in traditional finance, the UK has an incredible opportunity right now. But to make the most of it, the regulatory framework needs to evolve fast. The race is back on, and it's time to seize the moment to solidify the UK's spot as a global finance leader. It's time for the UK to catch up, and we're starting to see some big moves happening across the board. Let's take a step back to Ripple's April 6th post. It really sets the stage for what's coming. Ripple shared how crypto assets present a massive global opportunity, and the UK has a real chance to take the lead. At Ripple's UK Policy Summit last week, industry leaders came together to talk about how smart regulation, stablecoins, and tokenization could drive growth, innovation, and global competition. The Digital Pound Foundation also highlighted this, emphasizing that the UK is at a critical moment in the digital asset space. The summit explored how the UK can truly establish itself as a global leader. With new regulations on the horizon, there's an enormous opportunity to unlock growth, from faster cross-border payments to the tokenization of financial markets. If we want to succeed, we need to move quickly and build a clear, thoughtful approach to regulation. The UK has a real chance to step up and lead in the fast-growing world of digital assets, an exciting opportunity we shouldn't miss. Ripple's UK Policy Summit made one thing clear: the need for effective regulation is urgent. And by urgent, we mean right now. With the right framework in place, digital assets could revolutionize everything from faster cross-border payments to financial market tokenization, unlocking incredible potential for our economy. To seize this opportunity, the UK needs to act fast and create a smart, risk-aware regulatory framework. This is our chance to lead the way in shaping the future of digital finance. But why is the UK in such a great position to take the lead with digital assets? It all comes down to our reputation in the FX market. There's growing agreement that blockchain technology is set to transform financial markets, and the UK has what it takes to stay ahead. With a world-class financial services hub and a dominant position in the $7 trillion, $500 billion a day foreign exchange market, we're already playing in the big leagues. Add to that our strengths in capital markets, insurance, and professional services, and the UK has everything it needs to become a global leader in digital assets. When we look at other places like the European Union, Singapore, and Hong Kong, they're already way ahead when it comes to crypto asset regulation. This is putting more pressure on the UK to pick up the pace and get its rulebook in order, especially since the US is now stepping on the gas too. And of course, Ripple is right in the mix, working to get things moving. What's really interesting is that Ripple is actively involved here, and they're even talking about the next steps for the UK. Ripple has a strong presence in the UK with a major office in London and ongoing support for the local developer community through initiatives like the XRP Ledger Grants Program and the University Blockchain Research Initiative. At the UK Policy Summit, the focus was on how the UK can step up as a global leader in digital assets, supporting the government's growth and competitiveness goals while delivering real benefits to businesses and consumers alike. Ripple is already here, invested in the UK's future and ready to help drive this exciting digital revolution forward. This really reminds me of a few things. Let's rewind to December 2024 when RLUSD was announced. Remember how the Digital Pound Foundation mentioned RLGB has a nice ring to it? A digital pound, specifically a pound stablecoin, is definitely in the works. Actually, it already happened. We've already got TGBP. But here's what I think. Ripple might launch one too. Why? Well, they've already hinted at how influential they are in the UK. Ripple has a strong presence there with a major regional office and solid support for the developer ecosystem. They've been active in the UK for years now, building connections and making an impact. Plus, Ripple is right in the middle of big conversations like those led by Innovate Finance. At Innovate Finance's Global Summit, IFGS 2025, we had the amazing opportunity to host a private roundtable with Coinbase, Circle, and Ripple to dive into the future of stablecoins. Now, let's take a quick step back. When you hear Coinbase, Circle, and Ripple, what comes to mind? Coinbase is easily one of the biggest names when it comes to crypto exchanges. Circle, they're leading the way as one of the top stablecoin issuers. And Ripple, well, Ripple has solidified its spot as a major player in the crypto world too. The session brought together an incredible mix of CEOs, fintech, and crypto leaders and senior policymakers from the Bank of England, the Treasury, and the FCA. One of the biggest highlights, new use cases for digital payments are popping up everywhere, from SME exports and remittances to everyday micropayments for companies like Uber and Deliveroo. There's also huge potential to tackle financial inclusion as cash becomes less common in our daily lives. This isn't just a future idea. It's already happening. The market is evolving fast, and stablecoins are taking center stage. Payment firms, challenger banks, and financial apps are embracing this chance to innovate. Why? Stablecoins offer more than just faster, cheaper transactions. They open the door to new services and exciting possibilities. To truly seize the opportunities ahead, the UK needs regulation that's both balanced and innovation friendly. Right now, the proposed approach to regulating systemic and non-systemic stablecoins feels counterproductive. It could hold back the growth potential of stablecoin issuers. That's why we're excited to share our new report, Stablecoin, the UK Opportunity, created in partnership with Innovate Finance and the Digital Pound Foundation. It lays out a clear path for the UK to become the global leader in stablecoin innovation, growth, and regulation. The time to act is now. With the right framework, Britain can unlock the full potential of stablecoins, transforming payments, boosting AI integration, and driving digital finance forward. RLGB is going to be a big deal, and I really believe Ripple and XRP will play a key role in helping the UK catch up. Right now, the US is putting serious pressure on nations to get on board with stablecoins and digital assets. The truth is, countries can't afford to wait any longer. The time to act is now. The clock is ticking, and we're about to see these markets open up in a big way. It's starting with the UK, and the momentum is building fast. The US is already ahead with its market unlocking as we speak. The UK is next in line, and big changes are coming. On that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more free content. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.